affects the whole body. That's how it works. But that's what I'm saying. There's something they do that I kind of like, even though I know it's not really okay, because it's still affecting. There is no minor sickness anyway. That's what I'm trying to say. They are actually attending to people in emergency ward only. And then if your problem is critical, it means that no matter their decision, no matter how angry they are, they still have that human sympathy. They still have their heart for humanity. So they're actually attending to calls, but call is not enough. You know, there are some cases that you want to see doctor one-on-one. I think the government should really do something about this. Doctors shouldn't go on strike. A lot of persons are in the hospital.
Doctors, upon their induction as medical doctors, they take an oath, and that oath binds them to life. So they shouldn't even stay and see someone in an emergency situation die. They want to give in the little they can to try to salvage the situation as much as they can. So look at exempting emergency cases. I think that has always been the norm with doctors. So it's not a bad one. It's
not a bad one, but I wouldn't want to mention the state. I know there's a particular state that they went on strike. I mean, because of this payment problem too, and nothing matters to them, not even emergency work. But I'm not saying that.
That's the point. Ideally, this, in fact, I saw the testimony of someone, let me not mention his name. He had a health crisis and he was in the UK and he was rushed to the hospital. Now he said nobody asks for an initial deposit. Nobody asks for anyone to go buy anything. All the doctors were, he was losing his breath, and all the doctors were doing at that time was to try to resuscitate him, ensure that we have him in a stable condition. And when that was done, he was resuscitated. They referred, well, we can't handle this situation here. You have to take him to, it was at that point that they made payments. Nobody asked him for money. But here in the country, we know the way it is. So I know our doctors will always remember the oath they took upon induction.
Anyways, before we go, let's just look at this story. Now, French President Emmanuel Macron has reshuffled his government. On Thursday, he looked to move from a series of crises since its re-election last year to do something. Now, we know that, of course, like I said, anytime they tackle one problem, another will come. You understand? And they say after a week of speculation that he might change prime minister, the 45-year-old head of state said on Monday that he was sticking with under fire Elizabeth Ban since his re-election last May. Macron has faced months of fierce street protests over a deeply unpopular pensions reform and was forced into crisis management against last month when this riot erupted. Advisors and ministers has long argued over whether the centuries should carry out a major overhaul of the cabinet to signal a fresh start. I mean, this is of course we know what has been happening in France over starting from the death of a teenager and all that, looking to close temporarily bring an end to social media and all that. So it has been a problem and he has not been able to put anything in order. Now he is coming up with reshuffling his administrative, I mean to say. Don't you think it still have a way of affecting him, because as it stands now, they've not still put things in check, something that the old administration could not handle? What makes him feel that this time they'll be able to put things together?
Someone said you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and you expect a different result. I'm sincerely impressed with Macron. Why am I impressed? I mean, he's a very young man, and when he first won the first elections, everyone was like excited. I mean, he's coming in with so much young ideologies, young mindsets, and he's probably going to revolutionize the system. But if he has taken steps that